Jackson State is a finalist for a four-star receiver, big-time player. And we're going to talk about what he could add to the Tigers if he decides to go to JSU right after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. here with the Black Boss channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload every single day. Now, Jackson State is a finalist, a top 3 finalist for a young man out of the state of Arkansas. It's not a place you hear about a lot of top recruits, but this four-star receiver could be a big get for the JSU Tigers. He goes by the name of Isiah Kendall. Let me go ahead and share my screen here and take a look at Mr. Kendall, what he put out his finalists, his graphic for his top 3 finalists. There you go. Let's take a look at it. His top 3 is Arkansas State. Of course, he's from the state of Arkansas. Jackson State and Indiana. Those are his top 3 for the 6'4" four-star receiver, one of the best players, if not the best player in the state of Arkansas in the class of 2020. The young man was suited by a number of schools, and we know Arkansas isn't a hotbed for recruits, but when they have some good players, trust me, they have some really, really good players. The guys are high-end talented. Let's go ahead and take a look at Mr. Isaiah Kelly's 247 sports report because, that's what I like to look at. He's a 4-star, a top 300 prospect in the country, 6'4", 175 pounds, out of Newport High School in Arkansas. He's a bunch of offers from, either Power 5 or non-Power 5 Division 1 prospects. I think JSU's got a good chance of landing this young man. 6'4", 175 pounds. In an offense that's supposed to be air raid. In an offense that loves to get the ball around to some of the best weapons in all of the SWAC. And with the size that this young man has, that can come in and be an immediate impact. We saw it last year with Malachi Wideman. Once Malachi hit the ground running, he struggled the first couple of games, but finished the last, 8 games of the year, 7 games of the year with 12 touchdowns, tied for first in the SWAC. Big bodies are always good in air raid, pass happy offenses. They give your quarterback a huge target, both in the red zone and in the middle of the field. I think this young man, Isaiah Kelly, out of Arkansas, with his top 3 being Indiana, who loves to throw the ball around a lot, and Arkansas State, obviously showing the hometown team some love. But Jackson State is the team to beat in this case. And if you take a look at his Twitter, and at his finalist tweet again, a lot of times when you see a lot of engagement by one particular fan base, it kind of, not always, but it kind of gives you an insight to how the young man is thinking. And if you look at him, there's a J State tweet, a Jackson State tweet, the I love tweet, more Jackson State tweets, more JSU tweets, bunch of JSU stuff on here, man. Now, once again, that doesn't always mean they're going to choose. You see Arkansas State in there a little bit now, but a ton of Jackson State tweets. A lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times that gives you to what they're leaning into. That gives you an insight of how the recruit is thinking, gives you insight to where they might be leaning. Not always, though. I want to make that specifically clear. I think this year and how Jackson State is able to use their wide receivers, their plethora of wide receivers, will also give us indication of how many more receivers they like to bring in for next year. And because this young man's only a senior in high school, he won't sign until December. And by December, we'll know how Jackson State offense will look. I think this is big. He could be a big-time target. And the thing is, he's a 4-star, and some say he's a 3 or whatever, but he's a composite 4. And these are still wins. I know a lot of times, we get enamored by the number 1 player in the country, Travis Hunter signing, or a top 40 player and a Kevin Coleman signing. But even wins with players in the top 300 were still players you weren't getting in years previous, out of high school to Jackson State, or out of high school to any HBCU, not just Jackson State. So I think the wins in the top 300 players are still big time wins as far as on the recruiting trail. Also, you never know who you get in the building and how they will surprise you, how they will be able to impact the team, and how will they be able to actually come in and contribute and help you win SWAC championships, help you win Celebration Bowls, etc., etc., etc. It's also about having depth as well. So maybe They aren't starting in year one, but they're giving good rotation, and then by year two, they are an impact player. So Isiah Kelly is a name for Jackson State fans to remember. He's a top 3 finalist: Arkansas State, Indiana, and of course JSU. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, my name is JeffLightsyJr with the Black Boss Channel and Victory Formation. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out, and you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. That is on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Peace.